how we got to healthily co-parenting.
It was very toxic.
And seeing that he was asleep.
And I was on the bed crying. He came to me and was like, what you want to do? Like a bad father. You got to be up.
So I had called him, and that's when I was just like, oh, you in love, ain't you? And he was like, yeah. The girl I was arguing with, the girl I punched him in his chest.
That's how I knew she had a nigga.
Because it's like letting go of what you wanted it to be or thought it should be and accepting what it is.
That's what y'all gotta do.
That's you. What's good, my TLGs? I am back with another video. My name is Tamaria. If you're new to my channel, make sure you smack that like, comment, and subscribe button. If you're coming back, welcome back, y'all. So today, as you can tell from the title of this video, I have with me my baby daddy. But today, y'all, we're gonna be talking about how we got to healthily co-parenting. How we do now? Healthily. That's a word.
It is.
Mila and they're occupied right now. We about to get ready to go out to eat for her birthday before we get on the road and go back to Atlanta.
You just want to do shit last minute.
Who? I actually asked you to do this the other day.
Come on, let's get this thing rolling.
Anyways, y'all. So to start off, we talked about our relationship before on YouTube. It wasn't all like peaches and cream.
No, it was. That's why I'm like toxicity now. It was very toxic. It wasn't toxic, but it was just a lot of back and forth. We went through all that childish shit early in our relationship.
Yeah, when I was like 16, he was like 17. But we went through the whole everything, the whole 9 yards. Him not answering the phone, me pulling up at his house to make sure his car was there, or him not answering the phone and me going into his house and seeing that he was asleep.
And I was on the bed crying. I'm like, why are you just sitting here crying if I'm asleep? You see I'm here, I'm not doing nothing, I'm just...
Called him a million times, he did not answer the phone. So I pulled up and brought my spin light bag.
Psycho.
But basically, we ended up breaking up around the time. Either was like 3 months after she was born. It was a mutual agreement.
Yeah, I'm about to say, she came to me and was like, what you want to do? I was like, oh shit.
No, y'all, honestly, it was because I felt like I was going through postpartum. I just felt like I was like on mommy duty 24/7. Mila did not like to go with nobody else. She didn't like to not sleep on top of me. So I couldn't sleep, I couldn't shower by myself, I couldn't do all this stuff. And then we both was getting used to being new parents. He would go to the gym and go out to eat with his friends.
And we won't make it seem like that. I had like a basic routine every day.
You did have a basic routine, but...
Gym, grab something to eat, and if I did grab something to eat, I'm bringing that ass something too.
You did. But then you would be back, he would come back at nighttime, and then we would play the game, and then... It just felt like I was home all day with Mila. Yeah, I feel like it was also me too, because I didn't really too much want to go nowhere. Like
you was more invested in Mila. She was tending to you.
That's
the
what
most.
I'm saying. Like, I didn't really like leaving her with people. I didn't really like leaving her with him by himself either at first, because I was scared that he didn't know what he was doing.
Just fucking paranoid. I had it.
And she would cry all the time.
She would just sit there and cry. I'm like, if you don't shut the fuck up.
Yeah, he would do that too. So I'm like, he don't got no patience for my baby.
I had to learn like that shit was very... Like, that's why I say I commend single mothers doing this shit on their own, because niggas don't know how to cope with shit like this. And then for the fact that you really have to put in that extra time and effort, it's like, you know, ain't nobody, I see why niggas be deadbeats, but niggas really just don't put in that extra effort.
Yeah,
especially when that child is first born. Because even with me, I ain't get to cut her umbilical cord. I ain't get to put her on my chest, none of that shit. So I ain't really have that true connection when she left the womb, but I still made time and effort.
Our hospital was ass, y'all. But, because he I'm
about to sue them.
We broke up, he ended up moving out, and then, we went through all our different chapters. You know, the normal stuff when people break up, but still kind of
we didn't even have a bad spell though. Like when we was like separated, like we had like a certain time we weren't like talking to each other, but it wasn't like
he did not like me.
Fuck that nigga, fuck her.
You was like that.
When? You
did not talk to me for
a couple months. I was still coming around.
No.
Come on now, she addressed the situation to me. Talking about how do I feel, so I'm already thinking, you know, you know, it's best for both of us, but I'm like, she already had it planned out in her
But that's,
head.
I'm about to say, that's because I always had to initiate the conversations. Like when we,
What conversation?
like the important conversations when I want to talk about something, like really talk about something.
Name one, besides us breaking up.
Us breaking up. The other times.
Whatever.
The other times.
Like what?
The other times we break up.
No, this shit.
I initiated those conversations
Oh,
too.
no, initiating nothing.
Or
You
get
just
back,
feel
get
like,
back together.
no, it was a little spurt. You had the second half of our relationship. You was probably doing that, if the half. But I was always catering you, babying you, or I have to answer to you because what? You ain't trust me.
I didn't trust you at all.
But that's my fuck up.
I didn't trust him at all. But yeah, we had broke up. I thought it was a mutual agreement because I sat down and asked him like what did he want to do, and that we can't keep breaking up and get back together because of Mila. And then we broke up. He moved out, and then we was doing good for at first, but that's when we were still kind of messing with each other. Like y'all know when y'all first break up and y'all still kind of in the loop. Y'all still doing the little 1-2 and
Fucking.
still doing the 1-2 and still living your own life. And then it got to a point where we was trying to work on our co-parenting, actually co-parenting Mila, but Mila was still at this point like really attached to me.
Still attached to her. I was trying to get her on the weekend. I be talking to her like, what the fuck do I get?
Yeah, we started like letting him get her on the weekends in the daytime. She wouldn't spend the night yet because she would like that's at the nighttime was the worst time because that's when I was breastfeeding still, so she liked to sleep touching my boob or sleep with my boob in her mouth.
That's my baby.
But then we started implementing formula. So she would eat formula when she was with him to get her used to eating formula. But she would just cry. He would call me all the time like, Tammariamichaella, like,
I need to go get your
I'm about
child.
to come drop her off. I'm about to come drop her off. She keep crying. She won't stop crying. So I just be like, bring my baby home. But then I got to a point where I was tired of it. I'm like, I'm not just her mom by myself.
Yeah, she gave it to me.
Yeah, so I had
I'm gonna let her
wrote
tell
a paragraph, and I was just telling him. I didn't call him a bad dad. I just
She said it, but
I said you need to learn how to take care of your daughter too. And I'm like, the only reason she keep crying while she with you is because she's not used to you. The only way she can get used to you is if you let her cry. Just like I got to deal with her crying. That's basically what I was trying to say. Just like I got to deal with her crying, you got to. And she never gonna get used to you if you keep sending her back.
That from my ass though, to keep, pushing. I was like, a bad father, you gotta be fucked up. I'm still.
Yeah, and this one
I had
went
moved
through.
out, I was still paying my part, still looking out for me. I'm like, how the fuck am I a bad dad? So I was like, alright, I'm gonna make her eat them words. She really got me twisted.
Yeah, they stopped talking to me for a little while.
That's when we stopped talking. That's what caused it right there.
I know.
Alright, then, so that wasn't right then and there. That was still after.
That's what I was talking about. I was saying that's what our little spell where we wasn't talking. So it was like a couple months, y'all. We did not speak at all. But I was always like, I don't got no problem with him.
Shit, I did. Like, fuck that girl.
We started back talking. When did we start? He would come by and get Mila, and we would drop her off. And at first he wouldn't say nothing. And I felt like one day we just like, how you been, baby mama, or how you been, baby daddy, and had like an actual conversation.
Or was it because Mila had an appointment or some shit and we had to fuck up? That's what the fuck it was.
I don't know, y'all,
brought
but
us back to that mutual ground. Like, all right, I have to sit with this motherfucker
for the next couple years. Yeah, but eventually we got back cool. But I feel like both of us being mature.
Always been this cool. It was just the fact we had to take the relationship,
basically
take the relationship away. Cause we still act the same. It's just it ain't no buddy-dovey or us fornicating and shit like that. So.
But that's true. We did always have a cool relationship. I feel like co-parenting, like to get to the point where we is now, both of us was always like more on the mature side. Like it was never like doing no crazy stuff after we broke up. Cause our last like year, I feel like the last 2 years of our relationship was cool. Like we didn't argue too much. It wasn't as toxic as like the first 2 years. Cause we was so focused on social media.
It wasn't toxic, but we was still going through shit.
Only when it was like quiet. Y'all, we was literally with each other since we was like, when I was 16, he was 17. Like we lived with each other for like 4 years. like under each other 24/7, literally, unless we was in class because we went to the same college.
If I was around, you knew Tammari was around. If Tammari was around, you
yeah,
knew I was
literally
around.
like connected by hip. So I feel like the last 2 years we was getting big on social media, so we was focusing on that most of the time.
Yeah, we had something to push and keep us.
Yeah, so we was doing good
relationship
until.
Shit, even with that though, come on, baby, daddy, take a picture. No, they need to miss us a little bit. I don't want to take
that.
picture.
Oh my gosh, y'all, I would want to do content and he didn't feel like doing it sometimes, or I would keep doing it over and over again.
I just didn't understand it at that point. That's why I don't do that shit.
But y'all, we was growing like 100K a freaking week. That's why I was so like on it. Like, okay, baby, day, this is. We do straight right now, we hot. And all videos we would post would get over 100K views on YouTube, on Instagram. And this was when Instagram was hard to blow up on. Like, we would get a video with like a couple videos with 1 million views, get hella followers. And it was just like, okay, stuff was really rolling and he's still like, oh, I don't feel like doing it, can we do it later, or stuff like that. But we was doing good at this point in our relationship. But after like I said, when we broke up, he was never really like an immature person, and I wasn't really that immature. We still would do a little toxic stuff sometimes, but
yeah, we didn't have like I mean, even though we act childish, our mindset wasn't childish.
Yeah.
Even when we was together, we could sit down and talk. Even though it was like you might have to beat around the bush a little bit in order to initiate the conversation, we were still able to, you know, cross that point instead of holding shit in and just letting it build up.
Yeah, and we worked with each other. So like when he first started, Mila started spending a night. It went from her spending like 1 night to her slowly spending 2 nights to her spending the whole weekend. And then she started getting more comfortable with him because at first Mila, like I said, did not like nobody else, to be with nobody else for a long period of time except for me. And then she started getting used to him. As time went on, we just started building a different type of, I wouldn't say a different type of relationship. It's the same relationship, but like
it's just the fact that
not an actual relationship.
We're both more so involved into Mila now, and so it's like it gives us something else to relate to or have something else in common.
Yeah, and I feel like when people can't co-parent healthily, can't co-parent like in a healthy way, is because either one of the people are still like not letting go of like the past relationship or what happened, or the actual relationship.
Grudge, hate.
Yeah, because it's just like, just because you've been in a relationship with somebody or had some dealings with somebody and it didn't work out, don't mean you can't be cool or friends with them. So it's like letting go of what you wanted it to be or thought it should be and accepting what it is. So it's like, this is what it is now. We're co-parenting, so there's no point in us hating each other and not being cool.
You hear that, lady? So one thing,
when I mess with him as a person, like
y'all got to stop holding. I ain't gonna say ladies and just sit there and blame y'all, because niggas do the same shit. That's why some of them be deadbeats. But at the same token, you know, just how she going, you know, just to combat what she's saying, that'd be another reason why most niggas don't be in their child's lives. Some of y'all don't give them the opportunity to.
No, that's like, true.
It's constantly nagging, or it's the fact that bro don't want to be with you, so it's like, okay, he don't want to be with me, he can't be with my child. So
that's some toxic people in our hometown.
But it's niggas the same way. I don't want them dealing with that girl. I ain't mean to get her pregnant. That ain't my child.
Yeah, that's it.
Based off that, niggas just don't like. To be honest, niggas don't like handling responsibility.
And that's how I felt, y'all. I was overwhelmed at the beginning. Not saying that he won't taking care of his part, but I'm like, because
it's still something new that she had to get used to. And let alone I ain't gonna say you was doing it most of by yourself, but Mila was actually attached to your hip.
Yeah, and then it was like 20, like literally y'all, the same day, every single day. I was waking up every 3 hours pump. And then I was, because we broke up, I was still kind of feeling the way that, like, he wouldn't call her every day. And I was just like, what kind of dad don't want to talk to his daughter every day? I was getting like mad. So all of this stuff was like building up. And
I'm sitting here thinking I'm doing a phenomenal job.
I feel like when you actually have your kid or your daughter, you start to know and like what they want when they hungry, or what they don't want to eat or like to eat, and when they wake up and all that stuff. So it's like I was knowing everything about Mila, like what kind of cry she was doing. Like that's how she needs her diaper change. She hungry. She that. And that's why I was frustrated, because I'm just like, you would know this if you was more involved. But it was just like he was still trying to figure it out as much as I was. And then because she would cry all the time with him, sometimes I call and then me would be with gave your mama or something and you be playing basketball. I'm like, this motherfucker got me fucked up. I might as well kept my baby. And he get her in the daytimes and she with her grandparent. But then he started doing way better. And I stopped. I took myself out of trying to judge his situation and how he parented compared to mine. Cause like I said, when I was with Mila, we was up on each other 24/7. When she cried, it's like she barely even cried that much with me, unless it was one of her moments in the morning time. She just liked to cry for no reason. But I was just like, I had to stop judging his way he decided to co-parent, what worked for him, and thinking that he should be parenting her like I parent her, minding my business. Cause I had to let go of the fact that I thought like nobody knew how to take care of her as good as me.
That's what you was saying?
Since she was born though, like you know how when people would hold her, I was like, you make sure you hold her head or put some hand sanitizer on.
Just being extra cautious.
Yeah, like it was my first baby and I just already felt like I did something wrong when she had to go under the surfboard light thing.
Baby had jaundice. Shit, her daddy did too. We were both in there incubating. We yellow.
Yeah, so I was just so like picky with everything and then I couldn't see him when, couldn't see her when he had her.
No, you said it right the first time.
Yeah. But I couldn't see her when baby daddy had her. So then it was just like, okay. And then I don't know, y'all. I had to really let go of the fact that I just thought that if Mila wasn't with me, something bad was gonna happen. And I'm like, this is her daddy. He loved her just as much as me and want to take care of her just as much as me. So then that's when I was only trusting Mila with you. Like, if it wasn't me, I only trusted Mila with him or Deja, because those are the only people that, like, I feel like could handle her, deal with her crying. And because I don't know, because sometimes I couldn't even barely deal with her crying.
You're right.
So it's like I had to, like, breathe and walk away.
Tell me, like, yeah, she don't cry, she'll be good.
Yeah, I'm like, this
and
is
then
my
she'll get it,
baby.
and I'm like, damn, she just cried so fucking much. I'm like, how you gonna sit there and try to tell her?
See, and stuff like that, I would never let them see them again. Not see them again, but like mommy, she gave, Mila was crying with mommy and she gave her some castor oil, told her she needed to do. And I'm like, she's breastfed. Like all her food runs right through her. What do you mean she need to do? Mila never spent the night again until she got older. But I never let Mila spend the night again after that. Cause yeah, no, you're not meant to mess with my baby because she over there crying. But yeah, y'all, after that, we've been cool since then.
Because we done already, broke that barrier to the point we kind of been fucking with somebody and we already. Oh
yeah, that's true, y'all. So I feel like this is what really broke the seal. It was this day, I kept calling baby daddy, y'all. So even though we broke up, he would call her Mila every single day, especially when we moved to Atlanta. We started doing the month thing instead of like he'd get her 4 weeks, I get her 4 weeks, and that's how we co-parent now. But until she starts school. But when I moved to Atlanta and we started doing that, I started calling him, right? And then we would still say I love you after we got off the phone to like Mila. We'd be like, love you and love y'all to both of each other, even though we was not in a relationship. It was nothing like that. It was just like, when I tell somebody I love them, I actually mean it. Like I still want what's best for him. I still want his career.
I was still telling y'all that though.
I know, but I'm telling them like, I love you. Like we sit here just saying I love you to each other. But it was just like.
It's funny you said that though. Keep going.
Why? But it was just like a regular thing. But I didn't realize how not normal it was until we started dealing with other people. So then he stopped saying it.
No,
you would always be in the bathroom.
No, I stopped saying I love y'all more. I'll be like, I love y'all. Like
oh yeah, because when we was in a relationship, y'all, if we said I love you without I love you more at the end and somebody said it first, I always thought it was a problem. Like, why are you mad? Like, what's going on? Because I don't know, in my family, like mommy and then we always say more. Like, I love you more. Somebody say I love you, I love you more. So if you don't say more, it's just like, okay, what's wrong with you?
Dry ass love.
Yeah, you don't love me. What do you mean? So then he started doing that, and then he would always be in the bathroom. And I'm like, okay, this was being a constant thing. Because at first I'm already knowing what's going on. I'm like, maybe he's staying in the hotel, he messing with a girl. I'm out of my business. But then it was like a month. I said, oh, you don't fell in love, huh? And he had told me initially he was going to where he was at for a trip, a boys trip or your birthday or something.
No, I just said I was going out there. I don't think I said it was a boys trip.
You said for your birthday or something.
How? It wasn't my birthday. Oh, I said I was going out there because I didn't celebrate for my birthday. So I had to postpone my trip.
Yeah, y'all.
Because I went out there in March.
I want to tell y'all what happened because I feel like a lot of girls probably would have really hated him after this. So I did my digging. I figured out where he was after he told me where he was. I'm like, hold on, he been out there for like a month, and I'm just like, this nigga, he must be out there in love. So I'm trying to figure out what girl he out there with. I'm going through his following. I'm like, what girl is it that he ain't telling me yet? Because normal times we tell him like each other, like if we mess with each other or something.
Tell this one, guys.
So I started doing my digging, and I'm like, oh shit, that bitch from there. I'm not calling her a bitch. Me and her good, we cool at this point.
I was
but
about to say they hashed it out after we came back. I was like, what?
But when I found out who the girl was, y'all, so many things going in my head, and I really want to be like, F this nigga. But then I was just like,
I knew that shit was gonna be bad.
I was like, how am I going to handle this? What's the mature way to handle this, Tammariam? And I'm like, we not together. But if I let like the past situations let me figure out how to deal with the situation, it's gonna be really bad. So I had called him, and that's when I was just like, oh, you in love or something, ain't you? And he was like, yeah. I said, oh shit, like not to get in love. So then I had told him that I figured out who he was out there with. Y'all, it was a girl that most of her problems stem from in our actual relationship. His ex.
Oh my goodness.
The girl I was arguing with, the girl I punched him in his chest over everything.
One that caused it all. Disrupt.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I said, wow. So you really did want her whole time in my head. But then I'm just like, okay, like I'm cool with her. Like, I don't have nothing against her. And I told him like if it's something serious, then you know I want to be cool with her and meet her, because he was saying how he was in love. But I'm like, if she gonna be around my daughter, then I would want to meet her and be cool with her so that it won't never be no weird stuff. I don't gotta worry about her doing nothing weird with my daughter, or I could just hit her like if Mila with y'all and be like, hey, like.
She saying all that, and I found out she was weird. I ain't gonna say weird, but you know, certain shit that you do, it's like as a father, I couldn't like. You know, fuck with.
Oh, you wouldn't be okay with if I was to do that type of stuff?
Yeah, because when we was out there, you know, I ain't gonna be like, I was in love, you know, feeling was mutual, but, you know, it was something old, so after we broke up, it was just something I could go to and,
that you kind of already knew.
Yeah,
you
I didn't have to start all over again.
No,
so that whole month of me going out there, it was cool, don't get me wrong, we ain't really do nothing to explore, but it just, being out there with somebody for a month consistently really show you who they are. And I'm not saying this about like she was a bad person. No, it's not like that.
This wasn't for you.
A situation occurred and I had to reevaluate and look at it. And I'm like, nah, I can't go down the line and deal with this. So as soon as I got back, well, y'all hashed it out and I stopped fucking with her after that.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, that was crazy. But after that point, y'all, that's when I was, and he didn't even tell me right away he stopped messing with her. It just was oh, you don't mess with her no more. Like, I've been stopped messing with her. But after that, that was when I was just like, okay, yeah, now it's time to really move on for real. Because I feel like we would still have little spurts of where it's like, oh, like, this might can work. Like the little cabin thing.
I wasn't thinking like that. Oh. Yeah, you're right. Then that point, but
yeah,
after that,
I was like, oh, okay, we might can eventually. But then he moved on and got a girlfriend, and it was her. And I was like, okay, yeah.
Who was my girlfriend?
It was when I asked you, was you in love? They want his girlfriend.
That shit was a fling for real.
So then I was like, all right, that's a bit. And so I handled it smoothly when I talked to him. But when I had him, I'm like, okay, that's a bit, like, you know, that's cool. But then we both eventually kept moving on, dealing with other people, and then we just got to a point where like, how you been, baby mama? And then we were like, yeah, this nigga got me fucked up. And then I tell him what happened, and then he'll tell me about the girl that had him messed up. And then this just got really cool like that. It wasn't even like awkward. Like, he like, talking about another girl to me, like make each other jealous or
like, yeah, intentional with it, but it was just like we was more so comfortable. All right, we at this point where we can discuss our problems and not even, you know, get jealous or.
Yeah, and then the way we always make little jokes about stuff too.
Especially the situation. She tell me something about her nigga.
Something crazy would happen. He'd be like, "Oh, what happened to so and so?" And I'll tell him what happened, or we'll talk about stuff. So it became a regular thing. So like we barely would talk. Like every day we didn't just sit here and catch up with each other and talk about stuff. It would be like when we seen each other in person, like every other month or something. Like he'll be doing something to pick up Mila, or like he went to Circle graduation. Like little times where he would stay for a little while, or I would come down here and my family's in Goldsboro still, and I'll say that's when we would have like real conversations. Like, oh, what you been up to? And it was like just like we was catching up.
Yeah, because we ain't, even though we'll like sit there and FaceTime and talk to Mila every day, we ain't sit there.
Yeah,
like,
we ain't talk to each other.
Trying to like, oh, babe, what you doing? I miss you. How everything going? Everybody fucking with you? Nah, it was just, okay, she talking to her mama. All right, I see y'all tomorrow. Call you tomorrow, Mila. Love you. Kiss.
Yeah, and
it's a whole
y'all know how I said we would say love you over there.
Yeah, she cut that shit out. That's what I was about to say. I was about to say, it's crazy you bring that up. And I was like, this nigga the one that stopped saying it.
I'm weak, y'all.
That's how I knew she had a nigga.
Because
oh!
Look, so even I was dealing with somebody before my last relationship. I was dealing with somebody. Even then, I would still tell them I love them every day because I didn't think it was like a big deal. But the whole time that dude, he had something going on with his baby mama too. So he didn't think it was a big deal because he was still kind of messing with his baby mama. But I was talking to him and I would still tell them like love y'all, da da da. And I had started messing with my ex. They also on YouTube basically, and he just looked at it so funny. Like you be telling him you love him still, which it makes sense. Like when you in a relationship or dealing with somebody and they still. Like this is somebody, you don't have a kid, but you dealing with somebody that got a kid, like a actual connection between, you know, two people and y'all was together for a long time. I could see how that would look weird. Like they might have something going on. They've been broken up this long and still tell each other they love them.
Still verbally telling each other y'all love each other. Like
yeah.
Y'all probably already know this because y'all have a child. It's not like I gotta announce that shit.
Yeah, and then it was just like a regular thing. It was normal. So I was trying to explain that to him, and he understood, but he's like he don't like that.
Yeah, I understand, didn't like it, but at the same point, you're right.
So it just me out of respecting, you know, dealing with somebody else, I was like, okay, I'm not gonna do that no more. Because how we could talk now, it's like I didn't want to disrespect my relationship because I know how he felt about it, so I still didn't really want to. I didn't want to do that no more for real either, because I know it made him feel some type of way, or me saying I love y'all instead of just you to Mila. So it caught him off guard because I didn't have a conversation with him and tell him what was going on.
It's like a whole month until I had to find out. It's like me with Mila, and I'm like, you know, you peep, you see the different background, just like how she said. I was like I peeped, dang, like, okay, you got a nigga, you can't tell me shit. We done already been through this shit. It's not like you got to sit here and, you know, hide it, but she waited like I ain't gonna say like a month, but you know, finally came out and told me. And the reason why I was like, yeah, you little fake ass, you couldn't even speak to me while you was in such and such. And that's when she broke that shit down. Yeah, I thought it was somebody out in Atlanta though. You didn't tell me that. Cause you was like, you hadn't met him in Atlanta. So I'm like, damn, what the fuck? She better not have this bitch ass nigga around my child.
God. I was actually gonna let him meet Mila.
No, you know what fucked it up when I almost smacked her? We chilling, right? Miss me and Mila. And you know, Mila, I know how Mila is. I know like if one of us is on the phone with somebody else, she's gonna
oh my God.
She's gonna be in the phone and try to see what's going on. But at the time it's me and Mila's on the phone with my mom. And she's showing me one picture.
Oh my gosh.
Let me know if I'm wrong now. I ain't met bro, I ain't had no conversation. I understand Mila and him might, you know, correlate because that's her mama and she be with her in her free time, so I can't stress shit about that. But for this nigga to feel comfortable, I ain't gonna say nigga because I don't want to.
Yeah.
It ain't no bad blood, bro, I swear. But it's just a father's perspective and how shit went about.
I understand why you felt the way.
Because if another bitch
it wasn't planned or nothing though.
My baby is so small for her age. Like, she's like her mother.
When Mila is with me and I be on the phone, I didn't let Mila meet him yet. So she always be like, who that? Like, who that? And keep trying to lick in the phone. But it's like, we was talking. So I was talking to him every day. So she started hearing his voice every day. So I had said like, oh, this is so-and-so. So then she got to a point where she would be like, oh, tell so-so. I said, hey, or let me show him my picture and all this stuff. So I was on the phone. Yeah, I was on the phone with her when she was coloring, she was already at her daddy was in the background. And then she was like, can I show DG my picture?
I said, what the fuck? And I looked over, the phone hung up. I'm like, call right back. I'm like, what the fuck going on?
Looked and he started.
And it happened twice now.
Cause she kept asking me, like, she was like, it was my fault though. She was like, show DG my picture. So I showed him, and he was like, oh, that's real. I don't know why I didn't expect him to say anything, but he was like, oh, that's nice, da da da. And then as soon as he started talking, Babydaddy head went like this in the background, like, who the fuck was like?
You heard do 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 do. I'm like, give call your mama back. The fuck you got going on?
Yeah. I was like, what are you talking about?
I said, don't sit here and play stupid.
And then later that day, he tried to check me about the same thing, like I did it again.
You did?
No, I did not.
You did? Because guess who snitched on your ass?
I didn't though.
So what happened?
I don't know. Mila probably asked about it again, but I was like, after that happened that time, I didn't do that again.
I came back out here that same day, Derek was like, shit, Mila was out here.
Yeah, so we didn't speak for a little bit.
Again? I blanked on the instant. I said, don't get you and your nigga fucked up. At the end of the day, I know y'all together, but you gotta be respectful and be mindful of how
yeah, he thought I was a little.
If I was to do some shit like that to you, you be ready to take that trip to beat that bitch ass. You know, think I'd be out of pocket.
Yeah, probably would have. At that time in my life, I probably would have been ready to fight. Like, what she think? I ain't even talked to her. I don't know this girl talking to my daughter. Because we always agreed, like after we really broke up, that we was gonna let each other meet whoever. If we get serious with somebody, we was gonna let them meet the other person before they met me.
Yeah, and like that's why I say the whole being on the phone shit, I can understand that. Because Mila, she's up underneath us, and then once we're not giving her that attention, she gonna be like, oh, well, shit, who that? Who that, daddy? Who that, mommy? And so it's like she's observant. She likes to figure everything out for herself. So shit like that, I can't be mad at, can't fault Tamari for, but
I said that was my fault though.
I know, but I'm letting them know that I can't fault you for like certain shit.
But yeah, we went through another little spell where we weren't that cool, but then it got back smooth again.
Yeah, how that happened? Oh, that's what it was. Mila's birthday party. That's when we had got that cool.
Oh yeah, y'all.
I went to her party.
To me.
I ain't say shit to Tamari. I just want everybody
crazy.
else to
This nigga sat in the corner and still left early.
Yeah, right.
And still didn't talk to me. I said, wow. Yeah, he was so fake, y'all. I said, wow, he really don't mess with me.
It's because, you know, I'm principled and moral. Shit like that is gonna rub me the wrong way. But
I admitted to it though, and apologized. But yeah, I don't know how we got back cool after that though, because you didn't talk to me.
You had posted that. It was a basketball picture, and that's when everybody kept saying like, bro's my twin.
Oh yeah. Oh, so we was still together. We was still together.
That was something that we had.
And then he asked me. Yeah, he had asked me. He was like, "Did you post a picture or something?" And then he was.
Yeah, that's why I was like, "Did you post an old throwback picture or some shit?" Because everybody keep saying like, "You want to marry back together?" I'm like, "The fuck, no." And my brother sent it to him. He was like, "Shit, nigga, when you and Tam get back together," with laughing face. I was like, "Who the fuck?" Yeah,
people would say that. People would say they look like, even though I didn't think they looked like it at all.
It was because we light skinned, beard.
And then he had dreads at the time, and he would wear twists.
I feel like I look like everybody light skinned.
And then y'all both got tattoos and play basketball.
Oh, you look like Austin Rivers' son. You look like Jason Tatum, or you look like. I'm like, bro. Every person y'all name is light skinned, so I'm guessing some
Nipsey Hussle, beard.
Like, what the fuck? I don't look like none of these niggas, man.
That's funny.
Like
that was pretty much the only that wasn't even bad. I feel like we pretty much had a smooth selling co-parenting.
I don't know.
But people be asking for advice. What advice would you give to people trying to be able to healthily co-parent?
Let go, like all that, like intention wise, like y'all thinking y'all gonna get back together. Y'all gotta do what's best for that child. Like, you can't be like, okay, I'm gonna get back together, and maybe things will work itself out. No, you gotta let shit happen. Like, you can't just sit here and keep forcing shit. That's what we realized. We kept forcing it, and then it could have been the timing, or it could have just been the headspace. But we just realized like it's not it. Like, we had to move forward, and then by us, you know, like she said, how she had, you know, her sit down with herself, and it's like, damn, this nigga moving like this. Like, I'm really done. I can't. Like, I also had that sit down with myself too. So it's just, you have to really, you know, be in tune with yourself and be able to let go, and to be able to forgive whatever reason that y'all had did to each other. Like, y'all gotta let that shit.
And see stuff from a different point of view. Like I said, after we really broke up for real, letting go of what I thought our relationship was, and
we're able to see each other's perspectives.
Yeah, and accept it for what it is now. Like forming a new relationship with him that's not based off of what our past was or us being together, just as a person, like as two people co-parenting, like having a real relationship like that. Like just like how you would go out and have a friend and you form a relationship with a friend, it's like, okay, building a different relationship instead of so focused on, okay, you did this when we was in a whole different type of relationship.
And that don't even matter because it was a different relationship.
Or holding on to the fact like, oh, we was with each other, so you messing with another girl. It's like, I don't want to hear about that, or like ill, or whatever case is. Like,
damn, that's crazy. Shit has changed so much since then.
They really has, y'all, because I used to didn't even want him to look at another girl when we would break up. I was so crazy. Like I would hack his social medias, and I in high school, y'all, if he messed with somebody while we broke up, I felt like I got cheated on. Like, you cheated on me.
Doing the same shit. I don't get it.
No, not at first, baby daddy. Y'all, every time we break up,
he would
follow a million girls, and I just be like, I am not his type. It's pretty much our co-parenting and how we got to the point we are now with our co-parenting and advice for other people. I feel like it takes two people, just like in an actual relationship or a friendship or in whatever type of relationship in life, it takes both people wanting
both parties to
willing to have a healthy relationship.
Nothing
like one person
one-sided because it's always going to outweigh the other.
Yeah, like if one person don't want to be in a relationship, in an actual relationship, it's not gonna work. Just like in a friendship, if one person being a good friend, it's not gonna work. So both of us being able to mutually have a respect of like, okay, this is what it is now, and accepting stuff for what it is now. I mean, people have their boundaries too and stuff like this, because I feel like some people,
like you said,
can't talk about
together. So we also seen like how one another, you know, I ain't gonna say mature, but like evolved and know how one another think and how we move. Because like that's another different thing too. If a certain person's moving weird or different out of the situation, you ain't gonna fuck with them after that.
No, that's facts. Because if we would have broke up and I don't know, I just felt like I couldn't trust him at all, like with having me look outside of me, or
been totally different.
Yeah, this whole thing would have just it would not have worked. I don't know. I still probably would move to Atlanta, but I don't know how our relationship would have been.
Shit. I'm talking about that. I'm talking about me and Mila as well, though. That's the case. Fuck our relationship. Me and Mila's relationship.
Yeah. It's cool though. It's real nice when you get to the point of like being able to healthily co-parent. Not saying it's like a walk in the park. Like it was so easy for us to get to this point. But it's like when we did get to this point, it's like it's so cool. Cause I can always hit him up about like, okay, can I get her earlier? Can you get her a little later? And we work with each other instead of it's always like
going back and forth. Like, no, this is my time. Like,
but we never really argued in a relationship either. You never argued with me. We would argue, but I would be more arguing with you. Yeah, so it's like when I got older and stopped really arguing too, we don't argue at all.
Yeah, that's right. That's true. Because even when we did argue, it'll probably be like a couple words. And alright, bro.
Yeah, he don't like to argue, so he just stopped talking and walk away and said he needed to do something, breathe, think or something. But I feel like that's the same way. Like me and Golden, people ask like how we get through our disagreement stuff. We don't really argue. So maybe it's like personnel. But anybody can have a healthy co-parent relationship. Y'all just gotta have a mutual understanding.
Fucking. That's what y'all gotta do.
That too.
The ones that still,
doing the do.
Look, it's your business. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, because I feel like people can't be honest because they think that, okay, if I tell them, they're going to be mad because if y'all still doing it, we change fornicating.
I be on Tammari's ass, like, certain shit. Like, yesterday, I know I fucked up for certain, not yesterday. When we was at Mila Party and Mikey posted a picture of us and I reposted that shit.
I'm weak.
I already know, like.
Yeah, because people don't, it's not normal for people to really have a healthy co-parent relationship. So people assume that we just still mess with each other or
wow, you and your baby mama still
if we cool or laugh and joke.
Ain't no way y'all that close or y'all can.
And we don't even sit here and be up under each other.
I just make it seem like we just talk
exactly.
Like nonstop. Like, oh yeah, that's my best friend. Like, that's my baby mama. She's in my life for the rest of my life.
Yeah, we have a great friend relationship, but we're not talking like every day. Like yeah, so how your day went, baby daddy?
Trying
Like,
to catch up, shit like that.
and be so involved, like it just be on some. If the conversation came about, it's not nothing that we gotta be like, oh, I want to talk about this with him or something because of the type of relationship we have.
Yeah.
But everybody relationship also not gonna be like ours.
Damn, that's weird.
Yeah, same.
I can be open to some of my homeboys. And not be judged. Yeah.
I'm weak.
Yeah. Damn, it is good though. I can sit there and tell you anything and not worry about you judging me or shit like that.
That's the only downfall though. People don't see that as normal and think that, a lot of people ran by fear, so they be like, oh.
Well, that's the society we live in.
Dudes think the same thing about me, they just don't say nothing.
What?
That we still mess with each other. I'm already knowing. I feel like I could get vibes.
Oh yeah,
dudes.
That's why I say
like
niggas,
girls will say something, boys they not gonna say nothing.
A nigga will play his part until the time will come, but a girl is not gonna wait. She's gonna feel like, how can I say, like, she's still not gonna feel like she's a priority. That's how I make it seem, cause sometimes dealing with a joint, and then like with me, I'm not big on texting, calling.
Me either.
None of that, and it's only because like when I had my daughter, my time is
so
fully
wrapped
invested in
around
her.
Yeah, that's
so
crazy
it's like
thing.
I can't sit here and be on my phone nonstop, and then I'm also trying to build for myself. So I'm not finna sit here and put all my eggs in one basket on you. No. If you worth it, I mean, of course I'm gonna try it out, but it gotta be mutual. I'm not the type of nigga that wanna be chased. I'm not the type of nigga that's gonna chase. None of that. So.
That makes sense.
I don't know.
Yeah, dudes is a whole different story. I feel like
that's why I say I can cheat and not get caught. Cause a nigga gonna play this role. A nigga will be like, oh yeah, I'm good being her side nigga, or shit like that. They still gonna feel like they got something because y'all still getting.
I feel like dudes, they pride their ego be too big to be like, oh, I feel like you and your baby daddy still mess with each other, or they'll say it in a jokingly way, knowing that I know that you really mean that or something. So it'd be on some. They probably just doing what they want to do behind closed doors because they thinking I'm doing something when it's not even that. Instead of just telling me like, oh, I have a problem with this or I feel like this.
Yeah.
They'll just.
That's that. They not gonna question me.
Yep. I tell them one thing, they're like, okay.
Yup. I'm gonna say that shit ain't gonna happen until like y'all actually locked in, because he's still trying to play his part to where he ain't trying to fuck up.
Yeah, and it's crazy though, because I want to say when I'm in an actual relationship, I respect my relationship. So it's not like I'm sitting here, like when me and him, we wasn't talking for real at all. Like we wouldn't have our little middle conversations.
Yeah, it wasn't dead, but it was like, all right, I gotta see.
It was literally
how
only
her niggas wanna address the situation about us.
Yeah, and then the time where I was talking about how me almost met him, I had asked baby daddy, like they was actually planning on talking.
We was?
Yeah, because remember I said, what would y'all talk about? And he was like, maybe basketball or something. He was like,
I don't think we was actually planning on it, but I think we was like talking about like, if like that was to happen. I don't think we actually
planned. Because I said you might meet me and so, and you was like, no, give him like 3 more months or something.
I said 6 more months. I said you gotta be fucking with this nigga for a whole year in order for him to meet my child.
But I'm talking about after that. I had talked to you and him.
That wasn't after that. That was that was during that whole situation, baby mom. Well, none of that shit. That was all one big thing that happened.
I know, but I'm saying like it was like a couple months after that or something. And I had said he might be coming to Atlanta and Mila was gonna be there, and then
I said no. My child's gonna be with me.
I know, but I
wait
said
4 more months. And what
we had talked about you talking to him.
We did not.
And he was like, what do you do?
The conversation came about of maybe it happening. We never sat down and planned. No, we did not. I guarantee that we did not, baby mama. I never planned to sit down and
because I had talked to him about it too, about him talking to baby daddy.
Yeah, you probably told him wrong light skin nigga you got mixed up with.
You definitely said that too though.
No, I said it, but I didn't. It was the possibility of us planning to sit down and talk. It was just like, what would we talk about if that was to happen?
Yeah, because I had talked to him about it. He was like, he would want to talk to him without me being there, like just a one-on-one conversation.
And that's
so then I had told him, And then I said, what would y'all talk about? And he had said the basketball thing.
Yeah, so we ain't never planned on meeting, man. Cause I still had that stipulation, like you still got a time range for this nigga even. Right or wrong, cause I was like, you got.
I remember you saying that, but that was like
it's been 8 months since we've been dealing with each other, baby mama. I was like, okay, that's cool. You got 4 more months until you meet me.
I remember that, but that wasn't the same time.
It was, cause it was before then. It wasn't after that. Cause ain't no way that I'ma say, oh, he got 4 more months if it's no conversation pertaining to that.
We was in a relationship and it's hard dating when one person don't have a kid.
Y'all see how we can talk and not argue?
Yeah, but it's like one person don't have a kid. It's hard to date somebody with a kid, because especially like I know for you too, how you were just saying you don't really be on your phone and stuff. Same with like me, when I got Mila, I barely could text back, barely want to be on the phone for real. And then I'm running around her all the time. So the only time I was able to see him was on the months that Mila was going with him. So having to have a schedule set out for that and still trying to get all the stuff I want to get done while Mila was with him for myself and worry about somebody else. It was just a whole lot.
Shit is a lot, and motherfuckers don't be understanding that. Like I had to tell.
That's why I say with people without kids that don't really
you don't give me no attention. You're not giving me the reassurance. I'm like, I have a child. I'm not fitting to baby nobody else.
Yeah, I feel like people think that's the excuse.
Yeah.
He was understanding though when we was in a relationship, and it was smooth until.
Or I'll get the text like, oh well, you'll make something work if you really want it. I really didn't like,
I'm weak.
This is supposed to be a test trial to see if we like each other, not just you.
And then when you get in a relationship.
Man, that shit bogus. Hit one time, oh we together. No. I told you, I come to things, no expectations. That's why I always say. Me too, y'all.
I don't have
expectations.
I feel like that might work too, because the fact that we don't have expectations on how our situation gonna go and play out. So we came into this like just being cool and just being in the right now. Like, oh, I don't want to say this because we might get back together in the future and he might not like that, or I don't want to do this and da da da. It just be like we literally be having no expectations coming to like right now. Everybody co-parenting relationship is gonna be different, just like everybody actual relationships or friendships is different, but this is just how we got to the point we did.
That shit is all in you as a person. We can't sit here and, you know, we give y'all our little tea and tell y'all what's going on between us, but we can't really fully help y'all. Y'all gotta see that shit for yourselves. Y'all gotta really depict the problem.
Yeah, because everybody's relationships be different problems too.
That's why I say it'll be holding grudges, or that person not even wanting to deal with them, or maybe just some past shit, or that person is over them but the other person moved on, so you don't want to see them happy. It's just,
yeah,
I gotta learn to let go. Like holding that shit
and it's
in,
like that too. I be,
because you ain't doing nothing but painting that picture to your child that that other person ain't shit.
Oh yeah, and Mila is very observant, so that's why I like to have a good co-parenting relationship with her dad too, so she don't just, cause she be really looking and observing and saying things like that she notice and see. So it's just like we have to make sure we have a good any type of relationship, like
everything
with our parents,
is influenced by the parents. So everything the kid is getting,
yes,
is from
the way
she
talk, the way she moves, the way she act,
the
she gets that from what she's seeing. So it's just like me trying to also make sure that all my relationships is good and removing stuff that's not smooth, so she don't think that's like normal. Cause even him and his brother, they be going back and forth talking junk about each other, and now she be
chiming in. She'll say a smart remark, or she's like, bruh. I'm like, oh my gosh, boy.
Oh my goodness. She come down here and learn something.
It's still some shit she'll still get me to, like she'll be in the bath, I wash her, she'll be like, Daddy, I feel so refreshed. I'm like,
yeah, she gets
you 3. Well, how do you?
That will always be our mutual like that probably be like the start of most of our conversations. Like, yeah, she getting so big, like, and we talk about like her just growing up so fast, y'all.
You got something else to connect with. It's just not basketball, love, lust, and what else we had in common at that time? Being bright. But it's like everything is solely invested around her. So it's like we don't even really look at nothing.
Yeah, and Mila don't even like us being close to each other for real.
I'm about to say, I can't even touch Tamara or play with her. I'm like, don't hit my mommy. You don't do that. I'm like, dang, you was just all up underneath me. At least say that to mom.
Yeah, I don't know how that would work if when we actually get in relationships or something. Cause Mila is so like overprotective.
That's gonna be hectic.
She probably not even gonna like them. Which it's like Mila like people, but then when it's like, okay, you taking my mommy and or daddy attention away from me.
Yup.
Like, no, I don't like them no more. And be so. But I love y'all. Make sure y'all smack that like, comment, subscribe button. Like I said, I hope this video helped.
This is my last video.
No, it's not. They might want us to talk about something else.
What else?